I have my good friend Nikki Logan from Hitched and Honey, and it's always fun when you're in the kitchen.
I love coming to the kitchen.
What are you making today?
We're doing a sweet potato Brussels sprout hash with a poached egg and a little candied allspice pepitas.
It is perfect for this time of year with the weather cooling down. We're starting to feel those fall flavors. So stay with us throughout the hour as Nikki brings you a great autumn dish.
Gonna be yummy.
Okay, my dear, what are we doing next?
So we're gonna work on the pepitas so we can get those in the oven.
Okay.
While we're simmering the rest. So if you'll crack an egg white into this bowl and then add, the recipe that I submitted says honey, but sometimes I like to substitute honey with a raw agave nectar.
Oh, nice.
It's a little lower on the glycemic index, so a little less sugar. So for those people that might be a concern for, that might be a better alternative to them.
Okay, there's that part. My hands were nice and clean, and I tend to always use my hands, not the eggshell.
I do too.
The eggshell will break open the yolk off, and what can I do next?
I do too. So whisk in 1 tablespoon of the agave nectar.
You got
and
it.
what I'm adding in this bowl is garam masala, allspice, what all do we have? Cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg.
Oh,
so this is super
wonderful.
fall extravaganza.
I love it.
We woke up and it was like
It was
70
fall.
degrees outside.
It was
We're like, get your
fall.
scarves, get your boots. I know it's a little silly, but
no,
anyway.
we deserve it after 6 months.
So I love making these because they are so great to add to anything. Add to a pilaf, add to the top of a salad. You can jar
right.
them for gifts. They're delicious. And I especially love pumpkin seeds this time of year because, you know, you can purchase a gourd or a pumpkin and use the whole thing.
You're
you know,
right.
There's really no waste.
Do the pie, do the seeds, nutritious, really wonderful.
Yep. So we're going to toss these are raw pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
So toss those in there.
Great.
And so this is going to help all of these spices bind to the seeds themselves, and we're going to bake those at 350 for 10 minutes, and then a little shimmy.
I
and
like
another
the shimmy.
10
I'm good at the shimmy.
Yeah, and then another 10 minutes.
Okay.
So this is all that delicious, yummy spice blend.
And the egg white really binding all those flavors together. Okay.
Yeah, and while we have a couple extra minutes, so everybody's using sweet potatoes this time of year, and I just wanted to point out a couple quick things, like making sure you're cutting on a flat, steady surface, especially using all these gourds and all these things this time of year, which have really rough skin. So whenever you're cooking something like a hash, you want to make sure everything is the same size.
That's right.
Which you know this,
the
but maybe our
cut
viewers.
is very important.
Yeah. So if you slice a big chunk, slice them this way, but then clean your edges off. You can use these in another recipe.
You're absolutely right.
I give them mine to my chickens.
There you go. You can feed your chickens. Nikki,
Yeah.
you keep cooking. We'll be back in just a few minutes to follow up on this great autumn dish.
Good. Thank you.
Now you've got your pepitas out of the oven.
Yes.
Nice and toasted with the beautiful flavors.
Here's the thing, with that honey or agave, whichever you choose, don't think you can touch that with it. Like a sugar burn is the worst thing ever.
Point.
So just use this. You can maybe go like this and wiggle it around a little bit with the aluminum foil, but that's just something to point out to be really, really careful of.
You're right. Okay, so next up,
our hollandaise is looking creamy and gorgeous.
A gorgeous hollandaise, my dear.
If you would add a little fresh thyme to it and fold that in a little bit.
Good.
In this pot here, we are going to poach an egg. We won't be able to finish it. I have one finished here. But the trick and the key to poaching the egg is a little bit of vinegar.
That's right.
I had to have Egg Poaching 101 from one of the Chef Alex at Madison's because I couldn't figure out why mine were sticking. And that is definitely the key. You need to make sure that you have a little vinegar in there.
And just a dot of the white vinegar
splash.
is really going to do it for you.
And here's also the other thing that they taught me is when you're poaching your egg, get your water swirling prior to cracking your egg in. And that keeps it from sticking to the bottom.
There, perfect.
So that's going to do its deal for a second. And the rest is pretty much ready. Since we started the first segment, we've been sort of sauteing shallots, which there's onions in the recipe, but I substituted shallots. I just
love shallots.
I do too. I usually sub them always. With Brussels sprouts, I have a little bit of fresh, both rosemary and thyme in this dish. So this is ready. So we're going to be able to plate this up.
Love the fresh herbs and sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts. I know so many people in the studio, they're going to go crazy for this dish.
Well, the thing is, they're so high in vitamin A, even vitamin K. So there's a lot of really excellent benefits to sweet potatoes. And some of people are like, oh, it's just a wasteful carb. but it's not. It's like
no,
it's that whole
quite the
thing like it's a
opposite.
good fat for an
Right.
avocado. So these are really good for you. So place your hash on. We're gonna put this poached egg, which is ready to go.
This is a great dish for people that will eat eggs but are vegetarians.
For sure.
Okay, we have about 30
Absolutely,
seconds. Is it
for
time
sure.
for the holidays?
Yes, you can get drizzling, Mama.
Oh, yay. Now, how much do you want on? Do you want
Just
me to...
however you would eat it.
Oh, don't ask me that because I would eat the
We would go like
ball.
this.
I totally.
Which we probably will in about 5 minutes
that
after
tree. Go ahead.
So then we're going to sprinkle with some fresh
love
autumn
the
spiced.
texture.
I know, it's going to be so
Yeah.
nice. And so then whenever you get ready to eat it, your egg white is just going to drizzle out all beautiful and run down your dish.
Unbelievable. I can't wait to try this. So come back. We'll tell you where you can find the recipe. And we're going to find out the new events that are happening with Hitched and Honey in just a few minutes. Here we go. Nikki Logan from Hitched and Honey. What a delicious autumn dish. And we found a new way to use these pumpkin seeds, right? Dare we tell?
We should tell.
Okay.
So the whole commercial, which is a solid 5 minutes, we've been dunking our pepitas in the béarnaise sauce, which we're not serving it to anyone else, so it's kind of okay. We're sticking
Just that alone in the dish is fantastic. But explain to everybody really quickly about the dish.
So the final dish, roasted pepitas with all sorts of delicious spiced herbs, Brussels sprouts, shallots in replace of what I put in the recipe, which was red onion, fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, béarnaise sauce, and a poached egg. Holidays, not béarnaise.
Now, while I test, tell me about your events that are coming up so people can go.
We have several fun things happening. This Monday night, or excuse me, on the 24th at Madison's is our upcoming wine dinner, Mark DeGracia wine dinner, which is going to be fantastic. That's at 6:30, so you can see that at madisons.com. This particular event that we're also super excited about is called Sip the Sunshine. So if you haven't heard of it, there's 50 breweries coming from all over the state, over 100 brews, lots of chefs. It's going to be fantastic. So
get that information. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can get this recipe and information by going to mysuncoast.com and going right to the dining page. Nikki, fantastic. People really look forward to your events. Thank you.
I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for the pepitas.
Oh, yeah.
Back to you guys.